Namaskar. In this video I'm going to explain the technique which is utilizing something called diver's reflex. This reflex is very interesting phenomena. We share it with all the warm-blooded animals. When an animal falls into the water, this reflex is getting activated. You want to stay alive, you want to consume less oxygen, so body has to go into a different mode of functioning. The heartbeat slows down, the breath is also slowing down. And this is what we need precisely for meditation. When you achieve concentration, the breath becomes very slow. And if the breath becomes very slow, then you achieve concentration. There is a connection. On the next level I will explain thoroughly this topic of breathing, how to utilize the breath. This is really a divine topic, I like very much. So, this technique will engage this diver's reflex, and it has multiple benefits. One of those benefits is concentration. Let me first explain the technique and then I will proceed with explaining the benefits. First of all, you need to empty your urinary bladder or maybe the bowels. So you go toilet. When you're planning to do meditation, first visit the toilet and try to clean as much as you can. After cleaning, you pour the cold water over your genital organ. The cold water contracts the muscles. So everything contracts in your body and some more liquid is pushed out of your system. So that gives more cleanliness. And also, when you pour the cold water over the genital organ, it calms down the nervous system. If there is a heat, there is a movement. If there is a movement, there is an agitation. There is a movement in one portion of the nervous system. That movement reflects in the brain. The agitation reflects in the brain. And there is an agitation in the mind. So first, when you pour the cold water of the genital organ, it cools down the mind also. Then, next, you wet your hands with the coldest water you can find. And then you wet your navel area with that cold water. And then the area opposite to the navel from the back side. When you cool down the navel, this is the heat point in the body, the hottest point in the body. And this is the point regulating the temperature within your body. So when you cool it down, your body becomes ready for cooling down and is not experiencing discomfort. Next, you pour the coldest water you can find. You pour from elbows down the hands, and then from this side, from that side. Then the same with the knees, from knees down to the feet. Pour the cold water. This cold water will contract the blood vessels, and the blood will retreat from the extremities of the body to the trunk. So the more blood circulation will occur in the trunk and in the brain, and you will feel the refreshing effect of this. You will feel more energy. Your digestive system will become stronger, your digestion will become better, and your mind will work with more clarity. Also, when the water is cold and the blood gets a little cool, this cooled down blood comes to the brain, and the brain experiences freshness. So this is another benefit. Then after that, you take some cold water in your mouth, keep it in your mouth. While keeping the water in the mouth, open your eyes and splash at least 12 times in the open eyes. Very good for the eyes. It clears the eyes. And also some people, they told me, we experience a better vision after this procedure. So you splash, it relaxes the eyes. People who have problem with the eyes, with the too much blood pressure in the eyes, it is very good for them to splash and relax the eyes in this way. And then when the cold water touches the surface of the face, the skin of the face, then this diverse reflex is activated. And also especially the eyes. So at least 12 times you have to splash. Splash and splash and splash and splash and splash. Then you wash the neck and around the ears. You will see immediately after this you are calm. And you are ready for meditation. You will experience very good concentration. Then you wipe yourself with the towel very properly. Leave no water, otherwise it will create some itching effect. So dry yourself with the towel. This half bath is done before meditation, before asanas, before meal, after meal, and before sleep. Sounds too much, huh? But if you do, let's say, you woke up or evening time, you do meditation, then you do asana, then you eat. Asana is an exercise of yoga. I will deal with that on the step 9, on the 9th level. So you do meditation, you do asanas, and then you take your meal. So one is enough before all these three. The people with weak digestive system, it is good to do before the meal, because the blood will go out of the extremities and will be concentrated at the trunk portion of the body, and your digestion will become better. Also the mind will be more calm. People with the greed propensity, when they come to the meal, when they see the food, they want to jump. They attack, and it's almost like you're losing your mind, just eating and eating and eating. But if you do half bath before that vyapak shaocha before that, the mind will be calm, and you will sit and eat what you need to eat, not more than that. Even if you are not able to stop yourself and you're still eating, this is particularly for the people with the greed propensity of the mind. Then, the stomach has to be filled 50% with solid food, 25% with the liquid food, and 25% with the air. Then the digestive system works properly. It means the stomach has to be, after the meal, it has to be 25% empty. And sometimes we take not only 100%, but 150% of the stomach space. So if the case is such, then after the meal it is good to do vyapak shaocha also, because it cuts the greed instinct. You are eating, and if you will stop somehow, then there will be no satisfaction in the mind. Oh, I should have eaten some other foods there. So the mind is still wanting to come back to the dining hall and take something more. But if you do this vyapak shaocha after the meal, the mind becomes calm, satisfied, and this is also the way to overcome this overeating habit, which is very, very harmful for health. So before eating, after eating, people, especially people with greed instinct and with the weak digestion, it's good to do the before and after, and also before the sleep. You may think, if I do that with the cold water, I will wake up and I will not be able to fall asleep. No. If you do that, your nervous system will become calm. And if you sleep after that, you will enjoy a very deep sleep. Not so much dreaming. Sometimes we sleep and we dream a lot because the nervous system is agitated, and when we wake up, it's just like, oh my God, what a curse. Why should I? I don't want to live. So heavy and so... because I didn't rest during the night. But if you take this vyapak shaocha, it will make the sleep much more efficient also. And it is much easier to fall asleep. I also experienced in my life that sometimes when you go through something heavy in your life, and then you think and think and think and think, and you are not able to fall asleep, then after 30 minutes of being unable to fall asleep, you go to the bathroom, take the half bath, lie down, and just like an angel, after 5 minutes you're already gone. So this is extremely useful technique. And your homework will be to do it before every meditation at least, and then you experiment. If you like, you can do before the sleep, before meal, after the meal. Experiment with it. Again, wet the navel area in front and behind. Also clean with the cold water your genital area. Then pour the cold water from elbows down, from knees down, the neck, behind the ears. Keep cold water in the mouth. It will be cooling down you from inside the head, and then splash at least 12 times the cold water in the open eyes. This is the technique. Do it before every meditation. Thank you very much. On the next level, we will talk about breathing. Breathing is something divine. It is in between the physical world and psycho-spiritual world. And if you're able to control the breath, if you know what phase of breath is beneficial for the functioning of the mind, what phase of breath is beneficial for the physical strength, if you know how to utilize the breath, then you can be much more concentrated, much more efficient. So I will open up the topic of breathing, and there will be more, apart from the basic step, there will be some additional videos about the prana, vital energy, and practices to control it. So thank you very much. Namaskar.